If your company imports agricultural products or any manufactured goods derived from those products into the European Union, your current supply chain documentation is about to become legally worthless. You are no longer just managing global freight. You are now legally responsible for the exact environmental history of every single plot of land in your supply chain. Welcome back. Today we are stepping away from traditional border taxes to dissect the most massive, disruptive macro policy shift in modern global trade. We are taking a deep, operational dive into the EU Deforestation Regulation, universally known as the EUDR. This is not a tariff. You cannot simply pay a higher tax and pass the cost onto your consumer. The EUDR is an absolute, non-negotiable market ban. It fundamentally rewrites the rules of global procurement, and if your finance and logistics teams are not completely redesigning your supplier contracts right now, you are going to be completely locked out of the European market. Let us break down exactly what this regulation is and why it is causing absolute panic in corporate boardrooms worldwide. The European Union has mandated that specific commodities can no longer be imported into or exported from the EU market if they are linked to recent deforestation or forest degradation. The primary commodities targeted are cattle, cocoa, coffee, palm oil, rubber, soy, and wood. But the legislation does not stop at raw materials. It aggressively targets the derivatives. If you import chocolate, you fall under the cocoa mandate. If you import wooden furniture or paper packaging, you fall under the wood mandate. If you import vehicle tires, you fall under the rubber mandate. If you import leather car seats, you fall under the cattle mandate. Historically, global procurement was relatively simple. You bought 50 tons of rubber from a commodities broker in Southeast Asia. You knew the country of origin, and your customs broker filed the paperwork. You had no idea which specific farms actually grew the rubber trees because the broker mixed the crops from hundreds of different small farmers into one massive shipment. Under the EUDR, that business model is now completely illegal. The European Commission is demanding absolute microscopic traceability. To legally clear your cargo through EU customs, you must submit a mandatory due diligence statement. This document must include the exact, precise GPS coordinates, the literal longitude and latitude geolocation data of the specific plots of land where the commodities were harvested. If your shipment contains coffee beans aggregated from 200 different small farms in Brazil, you must legally provide the exact GPS polygons for all 200 farms. Furthermore, you must mathematically prove that none of those specific GPS coordinates experienced deforestation after the legal cutoff date of December 31, 2020. The financial and legal consequences for failing this mandate are catastrophic. Customs authorities are deploying advanced satellite imaging and artificial intelligence to cross-reference your submitted GPS coordinates against historical deforestation maps. If the AI detects that your supplier expanded their farm by cutting down protected forests in 2021, your entire shipment will be seized and confiscated at the border. But the penalties go far beyond losing a single container of goods. If your company is caught submitting false geolocation data, or if you fail to exercise strict due diligence, the European Union will hit your company with punitive fines of up to 4% of your total EU-wide annual turnover. They will completely freeze your importing privileges, and your brand will suffer massive reputational damage in an increasingly eco-conscious market. So, how does a chief financial officer and a supply chain director restructure their operations to survive the EUDR mandate? You must implement a strict 3-pillar action plan immediately. First, your procurement team must initiate an immediate bill of materials audit. You must forensically examine every product you sell in the EU. You are looking for hidden EUDR commodities. Does your electronic product use a rubber casing? Does your retail product use cardboard packaging sourced from outside the EU? Identify your exact exposure immediately. Second, your legal team must completely overhaul your Tier 1 supplier contracts. You can no longer buy from opaque commodity brokers who refuse to disclose their sources. You must insert strict traceability clauses into your purchasing agreements. Your suppliers must be legally bound to provide you with verified GPS geolocation data for raw materials before you issue a single purchase order. If a legacy supplier refuses to provide transparency, or if they cannot prove their land is deforestation-free, you must ruthlessly drop them and pivot to compliant vendors. Third, you must modernize your supply chain technology. You cannot manage millions of GPS coordinates and satellite maps on a standard Excel spreadsheet. Your finance team must invest in advanced supply chain mapping software. You need blockchain-enabled traceability platforms that integrate directly with your suppliers, ensuring that the geolocation data flows seamlessly from the farm to your factory and directly to the European customs authorities. Stop treating environmental sustainability as a marketing campaign. Under the EUDR, sustainability is now a strict, highly punitive border regulation. Map your products, rewrite your vendor contracts, and secure your GPS data. Is your procurement team currently struggling to get geolocation data from your overseas suppliers? Drop a comment below and let's discuss how to enforce transparency in your supply chain. Thanks for watching. Upgrade your traceability, protect your European market share, and see you in the next video.